All right, everyone. Hello, welcome back to the channel. I'm back today with my first ever car review. We got today a 2019 Dodge Charger RT Scat Pack with the beautiful plum crazy color. And I love this car so much. It has such a good looking color. I just love Dodge Chargers in general. I got myself a Charger and I just can't, it seems like you can't go wrong with it. So today we're going to be looking at the exterior, the outside of the car, the interior, inside of the car, and then we're also going to go on a test drive and hear what it sounds like from the inside and the outside of the car. Listen to that awesome V8 rumble. So let's get into the review. All right, so first we're going to start with the exterior of the car. And like I said, this comes in the plum crazy purple color. And this color is honestly my favorite color out of the entire Dodge lineup. I just love the purple color because it's sort of a unique color that you don't really see on the roads, and it definitely draws eyes. And also the way it sparkles in the sunlight just adds that sort of charm to it that I really enjoy. And besides that, that's pretty much it. He has stock rims on it, and I absolutely love the rims. It's sort of a different take than mine has, and y'all have seen the rims on my car. But I love just the way that the wheels sort of the same color as mine. They just blend in real well with that lovely plum crazy color. All right, so now we've moved on to the rear of the car, and it's pretty much standard for any Dodge Charger vehicle. We have this awesome looking SRT style spoiler wrapped in black, sort of satin color. The Charger logo that it says on the back is fully black, which just adds sort of an accent to the SRT spoiler. And of course we have this Scat Pack badge that shows that this indeed is a Scat Pack and not just a regular RT. And one thing I forgot to mention about this rear of the car is that there is an air vent right on the left and the right side of the car. Allows for airflow coming from the tires and even going into the tires. Alright, so now we moved on to the front of the car. Something new about the 2019 Dodge Charger rather than the 18 Dodge Charger is that they have these air inlets in the front that actually allow air to go into the engine bay and therefore adding a little bit more horsepower. And of course we have the scoop that comes standard with the Scat Pack package. But I just love the way that the front grille looks, especially with the air inlets. It just makes it look almost like a Hellcat, because I know the Hellcats also have this. So it just makes you appreciate that this is also, you know, something that holds good amount of horsepower. We have the nice Scat Pack badge here that also represents the Scat Pack. Not to be confused with the Daytona. This has the V as well, so that you don't get this confused with Daytona, which just has the words Daytona on it. And we also have on the we have the front lights. It comes with an LED. It says if you look closely, it says Dodge on the side of it. And then below that, about close to the bottom of the bumper, we have the fog lights, which I kind of like that it's sort of hidden, so it's not really prominent like in most other cars. And of course, this is actually a different style grille than I have. All right, and also one thing I forgot to mention on the side of the car, it does on both sides have the 392 Hemi. All right, so now we move on to the engine bay, and let me tell you, this engine definitely takes up a lot more space in the engine bay than a V6 or 6-cylinder. This is obviously the V8 Hemi engine that makes 485 horsepower at 6,100 RPM and 475 foot-pounds of torque at 4,100 RPM. And let me tell you, this is a beast of an engine. Makes, like I said, makes 485 horsepower, and that is a lot of horsepower. It's about 185 more than what my car makes, and I know that once we start test driving it, it's going to definitely show us that extra amount of horsepower. And powered by SRT, so similar to what the regular SRT is, what that kind of engine is making, but of course it's a Scat Pack, not an SRT. SRTs went out of, I think they stopped selling them 2015, and then they moved on to Scat Pack. Now Scat Pack is definitely rising the charts in terms of Dodge sales. And the owner of this car has done a aftermarket cold air intake installation mod, and I absolutely love how it's very cut off from the engine bay, so you can definitely tell that it's cool. It's going to be taking cool air from the underside of the car, and then on top of that, he's colored it purple to match the Plum Crazy color on the exterior. Pretty much standard for the engine bay, just the cold air intake, and then of course the exhaust, which we're going to check out next. Alright, so now we've pretty much done the exterior and interior of the car. Now we're going to move on to the fun stuff, which is the startup and then the test drive. So let's hear some of this V8 muscle.
Follow me in this moment and be free. So don't look down, you gotta wait. Don't worry now, we can escape. When you don't know how to go alone, we're stronger now than on our own. We could change the world tonight, oh tonight. We are one. We could change the dark tonight, oh tonight. If we are one.
Alright, so getting out in the Dodge Charger, like I said, this thing feels like you can definitely feel the power. With mine, you have to press just a little bit, but it's not as instant power as mine, but it definitely, you can feel the rumble that from the entire engine when you go on it. And here's a turn, and this is gonna be fun. We're casually just going about in at about 40-ish miles an hour. Pretty comfortable ride. It's not super bouncy. You're not feeling every bump that you go over, but it definitely is it's a pretty decent ride. I was afraid that it was going to be very much more, you'd feel like instantly like you're in a very much horsepower, but if you're just casually riding along, it's not a bad car at all. And holy crap. Oh my gosh, that is really fast. I can tell you right now. I can definitely feel that. As you can see, me and my cameraman both have fat smiles on our face. Definitely, I'm speechless. You can definitely feel the power in this thing. I want to find some sort of road that we can safely go down that would be safe. That was definitely very much nice.
Window down.
Oh yeah.
Put your window down.
Here's his buddy. Yup. And this sounds exactly like that pretty much. His buddy, actually, that guy right there, actually has a Challenger Scat Pack. So pretty much the same thing we're looking at. I'm actually gonna go this way. And that thing was loud. And that's exactly what this this thing is. You could probably lower the windows just a little bit so you can hear from the inside. I'm not trying to draw a whole lot of attention. but you pretty much do when you're driving this thing. And there's no helping it. So what I'm noticing with this car is that it can be a very casual car. It's definitely a sports car, and you can feel that it's a sports car, and it's definitely, you can feel that it's 485 horsepower. But it's very casual if you are driving it casually. It can be aggressive if you want it to be, and it can be casual and comfort if you want it to be comfort. Like right now, we're going in it, and Pedro, the owner of this car, and also thanks to Pedro for letting me drive this and letting us have fun in this car. His Instagram is Barney392. Go check him out. But yeah, so he said that put in sport mode, which we can right if we go to, let's see, I think there should be SRT mode and then sport mode. So right now it is in, I believe it is in sport mode. So when we put it in sport mode, I definitely felt the pedal get a little stiffer. So and obviously the exhaust is now, it's a I forgot what it's called, like an active exhaust. So now the exhaust is fully activated, the valves are open. So now you're probably going to get a lot more oomph to the basically a lot louder sound from it. Alright, maybe another pull, let's see. I'm going to start zooming for it. Holy crap. And just like that.
Okay, go ahead.
Alright. Alright, here, let's get really low. I won't be able to much. Alright, y'all. If this is the last video we make, then at least we went out swinging. That is about the funnest I've ever had in a car before in my entire life. That's the one out of me. And then maybe again. That's instant power. That is instant power. Maybe again. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I just never want to stop punching. Alright. That is so fun. Alright, here we're coming up. Actually, this is good. We're coming up to the turns. Oh, it is in sport mode, so that's why it's taking so long. Now I'm just kidding. Alright, we're in sport mode. We're gonna test out some man. Oh, isn't that cool? So definitely turns very well in sport mode. I'm not sure how it will do in track mode, but sport mode definitely does a very good job.